what we try to do is we follow a three-dimensional risk matrix here. So we have three different dimensions to it, one being scope of the problem. How much is the problem affecting us? How many megawatts of our turbines are being affected? So what's the extent of the problem? When the event actually occurs, when the turbine is faulted offline, is not able to produce, how long is the turbine offline for? What's the downtime incurred? That is important for the problem. Second is the frequency. How often does this occur? Does it happen on a weekly basis? Does it happen on a daily basis, monthly? We need to know that. We need to know how big of a problem it is, how frequent it becomes. And lastly, and most importantly, obviously, is the cost. So when we have downtime, when a turbine's down, obviously we have lost revenue. We're not producing, we're not generating, we're losing revenue. That is essentially cost to the company. And the bigger the problem, the bigger the revenue loss. And sometimes we do have workarounds to issues. Be like, okay, so a generator failed. Obviously, we got to go to replace it. That's not the solution to your problem. That's an immediate solution that, hey, we got to go fix the generator, but why did it fail? Why is it constantly failing? That is an issue. However, a fix is a hard cost associated with just go and replace the generator, and that's a cost to the case. That's a cost of the issue. And so that plays into the risk priority matrix as well. And so and this is what I like to emphasize, is that this all is done in the back end while the user is inputting the case in the system, while it's still in the identification phase, which leads into what we call a risk priority number. So what the user sees is just a simple number from 0 to 1,000. That's it. As you see on this on the screenshot here, like typical cases that we have, and obviously it's been scrubbed, but different case types that we have, different stages that they're currently on, and then you'll see an RPN score at the end. So this is ranked descending depending on how important that case is, so we know which ones to work on first. So the user just sees a score. But in the back end, this has been automatically calculated to reduce the bias from the users. We don't want the users to specify how urgent the case is. We want our databases and our system to figure out how important this case is for our company by taking into account power prices, NCFs, and everything, NCFs being our capacity factor, how much of our turbines are supposed to produce, are actually produce, as opposed to how much they could produce. So everything plays in, all the performance metrics play in, and we have an RPN score. The next big thing is communication.